Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
ואם יהיה לבן חיו וינצח המלחמה מכל הצדדים, הוא יהיה האדם השלם אשר יזכה לדבק בבוירו ויצא מן הפרוזדור הזה וייכנס בטרקלין לאור החיים. Yesterday we were talking about how the world is like a big battle. We're fighting the battle this way or that way. Sometimes we're challenges with difficult things, and sometimes our challenges are with blessings. They say that there's a nice phrase that I heard. Every challenge is a blessing, and every blessing is a challenge. Right? We think that we always want good things, but that's also a challenge. How do you act when you get good things? Getting good things can actually be distracting. Right? A person who has so much can end up rebelling against Hashem. He can forget about Hashem. He's not davening anymore to Hashem. Adrabah, it's during the times that things are difficult that we're mechazik our emunah and our bitachon. It would be great if we could be mechazik our emunah and bitachon no matter what the situation is. Not just in the difficult times. We should be davening with a lot of hislavas, a lot of fire, even in good times. Right? In Tehillim we say in Hallel, on a Hallel Sholem we say, but on a Hati Hallel we don't say. We say that there are two things that David HaMelech says that he calls out to Hashem. In a Hati Hallel we always say, Kos Yeshuas Asa Hashem Hashem Ekra. I lift up a cup of salvation. Hashem is saving me. When Hashem saves me, I call out to Hashem, which means when things are good. But there's another pasuk earlier in actually the same parak of Tehillim that we don't say that part when it's on like a Rosh Chodesh where it's a Chatzi Hallel. But the pasuk says in the previous to it, pasuk says Sarah. It's actually crossing two psukim. Sarah v'yagoynem tzah, when I'm in pain. Ubishem Hashem Akra. I call out to Hashem when I'm in pain. In the same parak of Tehillim, David HaMelech calls out to Hashem both when he's in pain and when he's saved, both in the good times and in the bad times. I'm always calling out to Hashem. Unfortunately, generally people, when things are good, they forget about Hashem. And this was already, the psukim already say this. Like Bumi, like you just said, the pasuk says in Hazinu, that when Yeshurun became fat and okik, meaning a rebel, when we have so much, we forget about Hashem. That's what happened in the Dor HaMabul. The Dor HaMabul had such shepa, and they were living for such long spans of time, they forgot about Hashem. And on the other hand, when things are bad, when things are difficult, people also forget about Hashem there too. People claim, it's because there is no God. That's why this happened. Right? How come Hashem didn't protect me from this? How come Hashem didn't protect me from that? Even when we have difficult times, we also say, Hashem is there too. Hashem is with us too. So both ways, this is a battle. And a person who fights that battle eventually will go through this world, which is the hallway, into the traklin, into the hall, into the palace, to enjoy the light of what real life is. Olam haba, what the purpose, like he said in the beginning of this parak, the purpose of life is to get that hana from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to get that pleasure from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we're here in this world to work for that. Based on the amount that a person defeats his Yetzer Hara, the tavoisav, and his desires that pull him away from serving Hashem, and he runs away from the things that keep him away from Hashem, they keep him away from good things, he runs away from those things. We have to, that's what a person also has to do. The best thing to do is not only to defeat our Yetzer Hara. We have to defeat our Yetzer Hara when we have no choice. But it's much better to run away from your Yetzer Hara. Don't let the Yetzer Hara in the first place. Just yesterday, I was talking with a chassan. Somebody's getting married shortly. In another few weeks, he's getting married. And when you're talking with the Chassanim, they want to spend time. They want to spend time with the Kala, depending on which culture you're from. But certainly this one wanted to spend time with the Kala. But many times it can lead to situations where there's a very big Yetzer Hara. And it's very hard to beat that Yetzer Hara. It's very, very hard. The first thing you need to do is stay away from the Yetzer Hara in the first place. You're not married yet. Wait a few weeks, just a few weeks. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to give up your whole life, or to hurt things for your whole life for a couple of weeks. So what's the first thing? The first thing, I have to fight it. I gotta be strong as iron in order to fight. No, the first thing is not that I have to take the Yetzer Hara head on. The first thing is keep away from the Yetzer Hara in the first place. Like the Gemara in Baba Basra says, don't walk down that street. Who says you have to walk down that street? Don't. There's nisyonos down that street. Don't walk there. So if you're going to be spending every single day with your challah, it's not a good idea. Why do you have to bring the Yetzer Hara on yourself? Keep away. You don't have to do this every single day. It's not such a long time. Soon it'll be a different world, and it'll be completely different. Why bring our Yetzer Hara on ourselves? So we have to. That's part of our avodah. A big part of our avodah is don't let the Yetzer Hara in the first place. Because once he's in, it's so much harder to fight with him. We're going to do our best to cling to Hashem. Then we'll understand him and we'll be happy with him. If we fight our Yetzer Hara when we have to, and we run away when we can, it'll be much, much easier to grab onto Hashem. People wonder, why do I have such a hard time learning? Why do I have such a hard time with my avodas Hashem? Why? Why can't it be easier? We don't realize so much of the answer to that question is because you're feeding yourself poison. It's because a person is involved with so many other things that's the reason why I don't have a feeling for Yiddishkeit. I'm pumping myself with so much other garbage that I don't feel it anymore. I heard a great idea. We'll just finish with this idea for today. I heard a very great idea. There's an idea. Human beings they have a desire for knowledge. I want to know things. I want to know. So there are different ways of fulfilling that desire. Just like a person who eats. You're hungry. I want to eat. So if you fill yourself up with junk, so then you're not going to want to eat healthy foods. It's the same thing. If a person has a desire for knowledge, they can fill themselves up with all kinds of junk. I have to see the news. I have to know this. I have to know that. And they do, and they look, and they see everything, and now they're satisfied. And then they come to learn. I have no cheshik to learn. Yeah, because you already filled your desire for knowledge. You already got it. That's why you're full already. You have no desire. Put all your desire for knowledge into learning Torah. Don't look at the news. Don't try to know about everything else. It's a hard thing. That's an isayon. A person feels like they're missing out. Right? There's a whole new thing called fear of missing out. I wonder the therapists already probably deal with this. I'm an expert in fear and missing out. If a person would save himself for the main course, he would enjoy it much more. Instead of filling ourselves up with junk. Okay, Be'ez Hashem, we'll stop over here. Continue next time.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.